morning, church. Alex Oradola here, and I hope you are having an amazing fast so far. I pray that you are just having a lot of revelation, that you're having a lot of breakthrough, and that you're getting a lot of rest. And I want to emphasize rest because that's actually what I want to talk about today for a couple minutes. The importance of rest. As we enter this new year and we're walking into January, and so on and so forth, I can't help but feel like a lot of us that are doing this fast have various relationships with rest, whether it's ignoring it or embracing it, or maybe embracing it too much. From all walks of life, we have a weird relationship with rest, especially in this country. Rest is such a weird topic to talk about, but it's very important. And so I'm actually going to be reading out of Mark 6:30, and it's an important section of scripture where we're just kind of entering into the section of scripture where Jesus feeds the 5,000. You may know the story, but if we read verses 30 and 31, it says this: the apostles gathered around Jesus and reported to him all they had done and taught. Verse 31, then, because so many people were coming and going that they did not even have a chance to eat, he said to them, come with me by yourselves to a quiet place and get some rest. Get some rest. I love reading stuff like this because it shows the mind of Jesus. Jesus prioritizes rest. Jesus prioritizes taking care of yourself and making sure that you are rested, that you're ready to go, right? I love this because, one, it humanizes Jesus, right? In a sense, not in the bad ways, but in the good ways. It shows that Jesus is a person that cares about you as a person. You are not just a tool or an object that he uses to get certain tasks done and then pushes you aside when he's done with you, but instead he cares about you in season and out of season, when you're busy doing ministerial work and ministering to people and when you're not. And so I say this because a lot of us approach ministry, a lot of us approach church, a lot of us approach work and daily life as this thing that we need to just hack away at every moment of our lives without creating space for rest. And Jesus prioritizes rest. In the midst of the ministry that they were doing, Jesus carved some time away and said, look, rest. This is a time for you to rest. And he says the same to you. In this country, a lot of people will tell you that those that prioritize rest and look at rest and incorporate it into their lives are weak. And that when you take a step away from the grind and from the drive to get things done and rest, that you are a weak person. But we know the strongest person of all prioritizes rest. And as we enter this new year, right, you may be stepping away from certain things that occupy your attention and thinking, man, this is going to take some work. But in actuality, it might be a time of rest. If you're stepping away from food, you may be stepping away from food that causes your body distress, right? That may be putting your body through the ringer because of its convenience. But when you step into more natural food, you may find rest that you never found before. You may be stepping away from tech and media and television, and you may be thinking, man, this is gonna be a stressful time. But in actuality, this may be one of the biggest moments of rest you have ever had. In that same way, look at your fast as a time of not only connection to God, but a time of rest. Something that we all need in various forms. And I encourage you to understand that we serve a God who prioritizes the importance of taking care of yourself. And I need to hear this myself. I'm sure that you do. I'm sure there are people in your life that need to hear that. But don't demonize the idea of resting. Don't push aside the idea of stepping away from the world that you live in to rest. And I know that comes easier to some than it does to others. And I know that our life situation isn't always lined up so that we can take various moments of rest. Sometimes that rest is going to require work. You may need to work to create a space for rest. This fast is a great example. This is gonna require work. You need to work to get the ingredients for the fast if you're doing a food fast. You need to cook more often. You need to prepare a space so that you can do this and incorporate it into your daily life. I'm not saying that rest is an easy thing to obtain, but I am saying that it is necessary and Jesus prioritizes it. And so let's take care of ourselves in this year. Let's take care of our bodies, let's take care of our minds, and let's take care of our spirits because we know that Jesus deems it important. God bless, church. I hope you have an amazing day.